want to do that.
WOD 2.
Yep. So this is workout 2 drag rider. This is 3 minutes following Diane 181. So as soon as you have your team sign their scorecard, okay, you give that WOD 1 scorecard to our guy or girl runner, whoever that is. You'll take whatever's going to be, we'll probably have this one underneath, so you'll already have WOD 2 scorecard. You will walk with your team outside, okay? There's going to be a specific amount of lanes. Obviously, on myself, Amy and Melissa kind of guiding the teams where they're supposed to go. Then they have a 1 athlete work at a time workout. So basically, this is another 8-minute workout, 4 athletes, 2 minutes of work at a time, okay? So you have what is going to be 1 dumbbell, say, and I think we go, doesn't matter which athlete goes first, right? Yeah, so they'll designate who goes, right? Obviously, as a judge, you don't want someone going twice. Not that I think you're gonna realize that, and if you are, I'm pretty sure you'll catch it fairly quickly, right? So that first athlete has a single dumbbell. They do 24 shoulder to overhead. Make sure it comes down. Have at least one head of the dumbbell touch the shoulder, right? We don't want any floating reps where it's like this, obviously. So touch the shoulder, press overhead, full lockout, right? We want to try to have that arm fully extended over the shoulder, over the hip. So no outer pressing, no excessive leaning to get that dumbbell overhead or out in front, right? So again, if there's no body under that dumbbell, right, it's a no rep. So you've got to try to get it locked out, okay? You might have people dip and press. You might have people like push jerk. If they do push jerk and they land in this position, make sure they stand up all the way, right? And then again, or they can strict press, right? I highly doubt anybody's gonna split jerk, but you never know. So as long as, if they split, then have them bring their feet together, show control, then bring it down, right? Yeah, so, yeah. So they'll have a mat where the dumbbell will be, right? They'll have their specific guy weight, girl weight, same thing, right? If that dumbbell falls or they get it off of their hand, then they have a burpee penalty, right? They have 3 burpees, right? So they have to do 3 burpees before they pick that bell up.
And what was the penalty for? I'm sorry, I missed that.
If the bell touches the floor before they're done.
Okay.
So when they pick the dumbbell up, these are the reps. They have 24 total presses, 12 and 12 on each arm. So they have to do 12 on one side before they do 12 on the other. Now, from there, they have 20 goblet squats. Now, do we care how they hold the goblet squat? As long as it's under the chin?
Yeah, somewhere.
Okay, so
chest.
again, 2 hands on, okay? As long as it's not resting on your shoulder, right? It's gotta have 2 hands on and it has to be under your chin, okay? So full range of motion, hips below the knees, and then all the way up. You're gonna have people ride that fine line with squats. They're gonna do what you let them do at the end of the day. So if you let them kind of do this number, and it's like barely, and they're like, ugh, and you in your head are like, just no rep them. If you have to think about it, just go ahead and no rep them. They'll know what you mean because they're ideally not getting low enough, and that which they'll just kind of do whatever it takes for you to approve their reps. Okay. So the idea with the dumbbell, 12 presses, 20 squats. That is their goal. They have to try to do all of those reps without putting the bell down. If they put it down at any point on the floor, then it's the burpee penalty. If they rest and they're holding it, they do 12 and they're like, oh my God, this is not putting it down. They can rest right here, take as long as they want, right? As long as that bell
in front of them.
Yeah, if they
They can hold it any way they want, as long as it
like
doesn't
this,
touch
they're
the
like,
ground.
Okay.
My shoulders are fried. I just did a bunch of handstand push-ups. I have no more shoulders left. Okay, now I gotta pick it back up. Like, as long as it doesn't touch the floor, they're fine, okay? So once they've completed the presses and the squats, then they have a specific distance of shuttle runs. Now, we've discussed this, that we're gonna have kind of spray painted or very designated lines in the grass. What I would do is move with your athlete. You'll have a specific lane, but if my athlete's running from here to there, I don't wanna have to assume that they're gonna get their foot by the line. I would try to cover half the distance, meet in the middle, so where you're line here, okay, 1. Well, it's down and back is 1.
No.
Down is 1,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Every touch is 1.
1, 2, 3. So then they're shuttle running for 2 minutes. At 2 minutes, right, then the next person goes.
Well, there's a 30-second transition.
30-second transition.
Yes. So that'll give you guys time to get back and get your bearings for the next person. That's really for the judges more than the athletes, so that and you don't have to tally or do whatever you want, and then take that 30 seconds. Don't worry about trying to finish that up. Just get ready for the next half.
And on the shuttle run, it's not like strict basketball style, right? As long as 1 foot crosses, not half of it, not a toe, like the entire foot. Like make sure their whole foot gets past, then they can change directions. They don't have to touch their hand. Yeah, they
No,
don't have to touch with the hand.
no
You'll probably
hand
have
touch.
someone do that like on accident or just by habit. Like if they do it, that's fine. I wouldn't say anything. I would just let them figure that out as like, because if you're running and the person over here is not touching with the hand, you're like, oh, I guess I don't have to do that. Like,
Do we time the 30-second transition or?
No, we'll have that.
Okay.
You won't have to worry about that.
yeah,
We'll
you'll
hear
have
3,
Jessica
2, 1 each time.
that you know.
Yeah.
She'll say 30-second rest.
Okay.
And then she'll say 3, 2, 1. Next athlete go.
So,
Yeah, just one. So just one has to cross. So
and the
same.
score for this is their shuttle, each person shuttle run.
Yeah, so that's going to be
that's
the important thing,
part.
is just making sure you're not trying to add anything up. You're just counting for each athlete, right? So just count their reps. So if this athlete gets 9, athlete 1, write 9. If this athlete gets 11, okay, they got 11. Now again, they can go in any order they want, and then from there, just at the end, the scorekeeper will look at 9, 11, 7, and 6, and she can add those up at the end. And you just have your athletes write their team name or someone put their signature, and then you can hand it off.
And the judge is wanting you to print your name this year instead of signing. That way, if we need to locate someone, we can read the handwriting.
For judges, not for the signature.
Judges, yeah. Just make sure judges just print their name instead of giving your cursive signature or whatever you normally do. Yeah, that's what I do. Like, who the heck was that? I have no idea.
Yeah, they get you're gonna have an athlete.
Is that it for this
Yeah.
workout?
Almost. So good
Okay.
question, bringing it up. So obviously, we are going to assume these teams are practicing and they're going to do really well. However, you still have boxes for the shoulder to overhead. You still have boxes for the goblet squats. Now they only have 2 minutes to work. So there's a possibility you'll get a team that doesn't finish those dumbbell reps, or the dumbbell's too heavy, they can't get through it. You still need to mark those reps, right? Now obviously they don't get credit for the shuttle run, in which you can indicate 0, right? And in which case, basically they got no score for that specific athlete, but at least Hillary, who's on our score table, can be like, okay, they got some reps, but they got a 0 score. But you still want to be able to count and to understand the counting for the goblet squats and the shoulder overhead. You guys got that part? All right, that is the completion of the first workout of WOD 1 and 1, 2. Okay.